Okay, let's try this again. Because obviously I don't have a really good connection out here in the sticks. And it doesn't really matter anyway because yes, I have coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. Me and caffeine, we love each other. But at the same time, it doesn't do me the way everybody else does with coffee, blah, 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 blah. And yeah. Do I need glasses? Not really, but it makes me look so much intellectual. No, actually, I do need glasses once in a while. My eyes become weak. I kind of need them. It happens. We're all good. Now, yes, no, whether or not you really care one way or the other, if I do a live feed, which I can't do here because I'm out in the sticks, it's kind of weird. Maybe if I'm somewhere else and I have a better connection, it'll go ahead and do a live feed, and that's going to be cool. Maybe, if you want me to do that. Anywho, but coffee. This is not my mushroom coffee. I don't do my mushroom coffee until after I have my second one. My second one, at the moment I'm using pods because I'm in a house that doesn't do the regular, you put your thingy in the thingy, and that just sounds wrong. But at the same time, the other sofa surfing area, they use the mesh reusable pods for their single use ... You put your grounds in, you do your grounds. It's a really nice, smooth coffee. Here, you use the pre-done, and that's fine. I'm actually using Intamin's hazelnut. I like it. It's good. It's a lot better than their dark roast French vanilla, in my personal opinion. My personal opinion. My personal opinion. But I will actually be pouring another off the same pod and adding my lovely, lovely everyday dose, 1 tablespoon of that with a little bit of, my mind is elsewhere at the moment. I'm still half asleep. A little bit of creamer and a little bit of Mike's Hot Honey because unfortunately we got a, when you are sofa surfing and you end up in someone's house who happens to have a little bit of a sugar issue, once in a while they end up with a creamer that doesn't have sugar in it. With me, I prefer to just use creamer for that little bit of bounce. Creamer tends to just negate any acid and puts a little bit of boost as far as sugar is concerned. A non-sugar, I need some sugar, but not that kind of sugar. Hush, hush. Yeah. Sometimes my mind is in the gutter, sometimes it's not, but I know other people's minds are in the gutter, so I have to adjust. Let's see here. What was I planning on doing? My mind is a burden is free. If you don't know that specific line, don't worry. I wrote that particular 3-stanza poem back in 1999, maybe 1999, 2000, and yeah, that's a very old poem of mine. And you use the line, my mind is a burden is three separate times. I'll have to find that maybe. It's old. I don't remember the whole thing. Doesn't matter. Don't care. What have I been doing? You saw this. This is actually my TRT sketchbook. I haven't been doing a whole lot with it lately, but I'm going to be trying to do that later today as soon as I get off of here. I don't feel like doing any of my artwork in front of all of you. It gets weird. If you were right behind me watching over my shoulder, that's fine. I've done that plenty of times with all of my paints. I would do that for a, how big is this? By this. This by this canvas with acrylic paints. I would sit there and do that for about 6 hours, making sure that everything was perfect. It had time to dry, and I would donate that for a auction to raise money for the things that I've been doing in past years, a long time ago now, but coffee. Now, if you've been keeping up with me at all, you know I've made one of these previously. The one of these that I made previously was actually a little bit tinier. It came out of a kit. This one is a bit bigger. I didn't go into all the details that I did with the other one. The other one I actually crocheted heart motifs into it. This one has a much larger, what do you call that? Again, I'm half asleep. Don't mind me. Those are not my guitars. I don't know how to play guitar. There's a guitar in another one. It's an acoustic guitar. It's actually in tune for the most part. I've tried. My left hand does not actually manage to, but if I were to switch it the other way, my right hand does. So I'd end up having to learn backwards or restring it, whatever, so that it's the opposite direction. I don't feel like doing that. I'd have to retune it. It takes time, it takes energy, it's not my guitar. I could do some exercises with this hand to make it so that my fingers can, but these fingers are actually a tad bit longer than these fingers. Somehow, I don't know, I don't care. But someone wanted another done for them, whereas the other one went to someone else. They fell in love with it, they wanted one. I went ahead and made another one. I could probably churn out 1.5 of these a day if I just did these. It's red heart worsted. I didn't actually bring that over here, but I do have some of the other colors because I don't like just doing red hats. This is more of a mocha tone brown. It doesn't really go through on the vid there. The eyes are too small in my personal opinion, so this is the only one that's going to have tiny eyes. Tiny eyes. I'm going to be getting a 12 millimeter instead of using 10 millimeters for that. But anyway, and that's a scanner, if you heard that at all. This, if you can see the little glitters, and this one caught my eye. It also has the glitters. I hate glitter. This is more like tinsel stranded into it. If you know yarn, you know what I'm talking about. Those two will be going into some of the other hats if I go and get some more yarn. And that, you never know what might happen. TRT, 3 random things. You can see this is a very condensed book, sketchbook. It is a book entitled Sketch that you can go and purchase. They're always under sketch. That doesn't mean that they are full of sketches. Never, ever, ever say a sketchbook is full of sketches. That's not something that no artist is an amateur. I'm sorry. A newbie? Sure. The word amateur, if you love something and you are willing to go forth and do it, yes, you can be considered an amateur. However, even I am technically an amateur because I cannot do all of these wonderful pieces that you can see everybody just churning out and putting into these lovely little sketchbooks. When someone shows off a sketchbook and they're filled with these wonderful images, an amateur feels defeated. Again, that's the scanner. Don't worry about it if you're hearing it. What I'm about to show you is not a sketchbook. This is a finished item on each page book. TRT stands for 3 random things. I wish more people would actually go into something like that. That's how I actually did all of the work that I actually ended up doing for the 2025 Inktober work. I took 3 separate groups of day-by-day prompts and turned it into one prompt with 3 prompts together. That actually helps me personally create something with a storyline, a subplot, plot, finished piece. You think about it. You have to think about it because you have to include all 3 of those things in it. So I actually have a long list of things to do here. My very first one that I'll show you quickly. I had someone, I cannot do 3 random things for myself because I'll already know it and it gets boring. If you have ever done something like that, it gets boring. It gets boring. So I had other people give me 3 random things. The very first one, of course, was if you had a scent, if you had an image in your head that you can put into a condensed form, a couple of words. If you had an animal, item, a building, a thing, a flower, an emotion, those can be in a 3 random thing grouping. I tried to explain that to some people. Some people didn't quite get it until I explained it a little further. Awesome day. I got so many people to actually jump in and say, yes, I want to help you with that. So I've actually got 24 total. I've done 5. I wish I had been able to do a whole lot more, but sofa surfing, you can't really do as much as you would prefer to do. And then I have other projects. I now have gingerbread projects. I can't just do everything. I wish I could. But then I would have to negate sleep and meals and going places. That doesn't work. Yes, these are real. Nah, I'm not a vampire. I'm not a vampire. So. The first 3, some of you might have seen it on YouTube, TikTok, one or the other. It doesn't really matter. I don't think I actually went into details as far as Facebook is concerned. And I know this is already long, 13 and a half minutes. Yay! At least I'm still doing this. I didn't just push stop. It might not get online until like next month. 3 months down the road. I have no say in what goes on as far as sofa surfing is concerned. Somebody might get annoyed with me and say, yeah, go somewhere else. Coffee. I have coffee. Best friend, coffee. Can't say best friend. I never have a best friend. I have a lot of friends. I never have a best friend. Each friend is a little bit different. You cannot say best in anything. First one, first page. Yellow, dragonfly, and feathers. So, I cannot make sure how to actually say, hey, flip that around so people can actually see exactly what it looks like. You can see it somewhere else. It's already been posted somewhere else. So, next one, dragon, sunrise, and flower. So, ta-da! The next one was ocean, moon, and wildlife. So, yay, you have the moon, you have your wildlife from the ocean itself, and each one of these little critters, you've got your blue whale, your orca whale, your sailfish. That's the moon. This is the interior of the dark space. You should understand how a moon works, right? You should. I would hope so. If not, look it up. The fins and the tail are in the darker portion, so that all three combined create the darker portion, and all three combined have all of their pieces. Yeah. Next one, elephants, butterfly, and daisy. Again, I wish I could just say, hey, look at this. It's the correct way around. Stippling. I love stippling. Stippling. And the last one that I have, and I'm not even sure if this is actually a watercolor paper in here. There's a total of 44 pages. I'm only going to be doing 42 images. I like to leave the very front page and the very back page blank. I might do something special on them. I might not. I don't know. I don't care. Flowers, cats, particularly one cat, a favorite cat, and barn. So this is just ink. This was done with a 0.2 fine liner pen by Artistro. Will I say, hey, go buy Artistro? No, I'm not going to make you buy Artistro, but this is a very good pen. It's archival, permanent, what have you. I've done several pieces just using those two pens in a tiny little box. I love it. It's good. Now, I already know. Hey, let's look at the next one. Can you see that sketch? No, you can't. You want to know why? It's because I use blue pencil. I can erase it if I want, but, well, that one's supposed to be beach, sunrise, and camper. Might sound a little bit odd, but I don't care. I already see it. But the thing of it is, I had gotten something special for Christmas. I've never used acrylic markers before in my life. I'm still scared of using them. I'd gotten some for myself before Christmas. Made the purchase myself. Got it the next day. If you want to get acrylic markers, I did not bring those out, but try not to do anything with Amazon unless you do the research beforehand, because some people actually put you in a chokehold and you're paying twice as much for those markers because of shipping. You need to do your research before you do any purchases. The only reason why I ended up getting it from Walmart is because I do a little bit of research and I make sure that anything I'm purchasing isn't bogged down by, you're paying $9 for the markers. Sure, awesome. You're turning around and paying $18 on top of that. You're paying out the wazoo to get it to your house when you can actually get it free shipping for the same price from Walmart. Do a little shopping. Don't just, oh, I want those. Anyway, I had gotten a set of, regular Sharpie markers, awesome Sharpie markers, a very large Sharpie marker collection. Some of those were the neons, awesome, really great when you want to pop. Some of them are metallic, some of them are the fine liners, but I also got some Sharpie paint pens, acrylic, all of it's acrylic. I have tested the colors out. I'm still really nervous about using them. But for that one that I said, the camper, sunrise, ocean, beach, sunrise, and camper, I will be doing bottom layer, dark Sharpies, top layer, those nice acrylic markers. So, wish me luck!